Hello everyone, welcome to Code Yoga. In today's video, I'm gonna tell you how to create a Python web API in just about 5 minutes. So yeah, starting with I'll introduce you to the simple web application that I created. We'll be creating the web API for this web application. So what it does is it just shows the inventory of a toy store, basically what all toys are available, what's the price, and there is a functionality to add a toy as well. Let me quickly go ahead and add a new toy. Let's say it's Godzilla, and let's say the price will be 35. I already have an image link of it, so I'll just add it. And as you can see, a new toy has been added to our inventory. So let's go ahead and start coding the web API that's powering this web application in Python. For that, we definitely have to install Python. Go ahead and download it if you haven't. Just download and install it. And yeah, the other thing that we need is Flask. So what is Flask? Flask is a very lightweight web framework for Python. So you can actually create like REST APIs using it, or even Flask is very simple and often used to build REST APIs that are not too much complex. Yep. So we need to install Flask. For that, we use the command pip3. So pip is Python installer package. If you pip is Python installer package. Pip3 is because Python version 3. And this is the install command for installing any package in Python. So I already have Flask installed, but if it's not installed for you, it will take some time to install it. And I think that's all we need. I'll just go ahead and create a new file here. And I'll name it service.py. And let's go ahead and start coding. So first we need to import Flask. And a few other things like request and JSONify. Okay, so we are done with the import. Now we create our service. This is how it's created here. Let me name it toy store service. And yep, I need to run my service now. So we run it in debug mode. Okay, so now we have a service. Now it will have two APIs. One will be a GET request, HTTP GET request, and the other one will be HTTP POST request. Yeah, so it will have two methods actually. So def get toys, that will give the list of all the toys that we have, and the post request will have def add toy. Yep. So basically using the post request, we can add a toy to our inventory. How do we define the route? So we also need to define the route here. That's start route. We can specify the URL here, slash items. So basically our domain name slash items will give us all the toys. And we need to specify what methods it is capable of. So it's get. And yeah, I think we have specified the route here. Now let's come inside this method. What will it do? It's gonna return all the toys that we have. So we are not interacting with any database now. So that probably I will create another video to interact with the database, but for now I will create an in-memory data store, and it's nothing but just a Python list. So what I'm gonna do here is just return that Python list, but I'm gonna JSONify it so that it's written in JSON format. And a 200 response code, indicating that everything's correct. Oh, this methods I need to specify as a string. Okay, now I think we are done. I'll just comment the post method for now. I think we are done with the GET request for now. Okay, let me open the terminal to just run it, and I'm gonna run it like any other Python code. Okay, so it started the service and it's running on. So to access this, I have to use this URL. Uh, as you can see here, I'll close this one. So currently we haven't specified any route to this, but we have specified /items. As you can see, yeah, it's showing a empty list here because we are returning an empty list. Initially, our data store is empty here. Now we need to add something to our data store. So for that, we'll be using post request. Okay, and we also need to define the route here as well. And the URL should be add item probably. And we need to specify the methods as well. The HTTP method should be post here. Okay, so we need to get the data. So the data will be coming in the request to us, request.json. And now we need to append this data to our data store. Data store.append data. And now we'll just return a success message back to the client. JSONify and a response code of 201. Yep. So I saved this file, and after saving this file, we do not need to start the server again. Like if the server is already started, it will check if the file is all changing, and if it's changed, it will again restart the server automatically. So as I can see here in the terminal, the server has been restarted. So now I need to test this post service, and I cannot test that using a browser. So for that, I need to download a tool named Postman. Uh, Go ahead and download it here and install it. So yeah, after we install it, let me show you how it works. Okay, so this is Postman. Probably it will also ask you to create an account if you already do not have. And how do we test it here? So as you can see here, we can specify the method here, like whatever HTTP method we want to use. By default, it's get. And let us use this request here for get. And if I send it, as expected, it will return me an empty list. But now I want to test the post request. So I'll click here post. And this time, the URL that I had specified here is add item /add item. So I will use that. And I need to specify the request, the data in the body section. Let me specify raw, and the format should be JSON. And let me go ahead and add request. So basically the name of the toy and link to the image of the toy and the price. And if I send it, yep, it returns me success. And now if I come here and execute the get request, uh, yeah, as you can see here, it returned me whatever data was there. Let me insert some more data into the post request. So maybe I will, this is a different data for a toy truck. Yep. Uh, Let me insert a teddy bear also. And maybe another toy. Okay. Now I can check the get request here. It returns me all the four toys I added. We can also check this in the browser as well for the get request. As you can see here, if I execute this URL, it returns me the list of all the toys. And yeah, uh, we are done with our web API. We already created it, and it just took us only hardly 5 minutes to just code this one. And this is a very simple web API that does not interact with any database, but we can extend it to interact with any database like MySQL or MongoDB, and that's not very hard. I'll cover that in a different video. Okay, so now as you can see in this website, it shows us all the four toys that we had added using our post request. And this website is actually using a GET request to fetch all the toys and listing it here. Go into details how I created this web application. I'm just going to show you how this web applications uses API that we created. So I'll quickly go into the developer tools and in the network tab. Now I'll test the add functionality. So I'll just create a new toy and I'll paste the image link here. Let's say the price is 35. I'll confirm. Yeah, as you can see here, the new toy has been added. And if you see here, it made a request of add item here. Uh, as you can see headers. So this is the URL that it used. And this was the URL that we created for the post request. And this is the request that was sent, the body that was sent, and the response is success that we returned from the Python code. And it also made a get request again, so as to list the updated toys, and the response is this. So this web application uses our API, and similarly, you can use your web API that you wrote using Python to like create any kind of apps, even for mobile apps like Android or iOS apps. So the possibilities are endless. So, yep, all the best with your code and happy coding. If you like this video, please hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button and see you guys next time. Thank you.